Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome back to English Studio. I am your host, Alex, and I am so incredibly pumped for today's episode.
And I am Sarah. We are thrilled you are tuning in because today we are tackling something that can literally change your entire life.
That is right, Sarah. We are talking about building better morning habits. You know what they say, the way you spend your morning is the way you spend your day.
Exactly, Alex. If you start your morning feeling rushed and stressed, your whole day feels like a mess. But if you start with intention and the right English vocabulary to describe it, you are going to be unstoppable.
I love that word, unstoppable. Before we dive into our first scenario, I have a tiny favor to ask our amazing community. If you love learning English with us, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Yes, give this video a big like and share it with a friend who needs a little morning motivation. Your support means the world to us, and it helps us keep making these deep dive lessons for you.
Okay, Sarah, let's get into it. Why is it so hard to get out of bed? I feel like my bed is a magnet in the morning.
Oh, I know the feeling, Alex. That leads us perfectly into our first scenario, the struggle to wake up.
Sarah, be honest with me. Are you a snoozer?
A snoozer? You mean someone who hits the snooze button on their alarm clock?
Exactly. You know, that little button that gives you 5 more minutes of sleep?
I used to be a major snoozer, Alex. I would hit it 4 or 5 times, but that's a terrible habit. We call that fragmented sleep.
Fragmented sleep. That sounds fancy. It just means your sleep is broken into small pieces, right?
Right, and it actually makes you feel more tired. In English, we use the word groggy to describe that feeling of sleepy and confused when you wake up.
Groggy. That is such a good word. I feel so groggy when I hit the snooze button. So what is the better habit?
The better habit is to rise and shine the moment the alarm goes off.
Rise and shine. I love that expression. It sounds so positive. So if I want to build a better habit, I should put my phone or alarm clock across the room, right?
That is a brilliant tip, Alex. If you have to physically get out of bed to turn off the alarm, you're much less likely to crawl back under the covers.
So instead of saying I hit snooze 5 times, I should say I got up right away.
Precisely. Or you could say, I'm trying to avoid the snooze button to feel more alert. Alert is the opposite of groggy.
I want to be alert. I want to be full of energy. But Sarah, once I am actually standing up, what is the next step? I usually just stumble to the kitchen for coffee.
Well, Alex, that brings us to scenario number 2, hydration before caffeine.
Hydration? You mean drinking water?
Exactly. Most people reach for a cup of coffee the second they wake up, but your body has been without water for 8 hours. You are dehydrated.
Wow, I never thought about it that way. So before the coffee, I should have a big glass of water.
Yes, we call this rehydrating your body. It wakes up your brain and your metabolism.
Metabolism. That is the system in our body that processes energy, right?
You got it. So a great phrase to learn here is to kickstart, as in, I drink a glass of water to kickstart my metabolism.
I love that. Kickstart. It sounds like starting a powerful motorcycle. Vroom. My metabolism is ready to go.
Haha, exactly. Now, Alex, do you usually check your phone while you drink your water?
Oh, you caught me, Sarah. I usually start scrolling through social media or checking my emails immediately. Is that bad?
It is a very common habit, but it can be quite stressful. That's scenario number 3, the no phone zone.
A no phone zone? That sounds like a challenge, Sarah.
It is a challenge, but think about it. When you check your phone first thing in the morning, you're letting the whole world into your bedroom. You see news, work emails, and social media notifications. It puts your brain into reactive mode.
Reactive mode. That means I'm just responding to what other people want instead of focusing on what I want.
Spot on. Instead of being proactive, you're being reactive.
So instead of scrolling, what should I be doing?
Try mindfulness or meditation, or even just sitting quietly for 5 minutes. In English, we call this having a moment of stillness.
A moment of stillness. That sounds so peaceful. I usually feel so overwhelmed by my notifications.
Overwhelmed is a perfect word for that feeling, Alex. To avoid feeling overwhelmed, we should disconnect to reconnect. Disconnect from the internet to reconnect with ourselves.
I'm going to try that tomorrow. No phone for the first 30 minutes. I'll tell myself I am going to avoid digital distractions this morning.
Digital distractions, another great phrase. You're on a roll, Alex.
Okay, Sarah, so I have avoided the snooze button, I have rehydrated with water, and I have stayed away from my phone. I'm feeling pretty good. What's next for a perfect morning?
Scenario number 4 is all about movement. We need to get the blood flowing.
Do I have to go to the gym for an hour? Because honestly, Sarah, I don't always have time for that.
Not at all. Even just stretching for 5 minutes makes a huge difference.
Stretching, like reaching for the sky and touching my toes?
Exactly. We can call this a light workout or a morning stretch routine. The goal is to shake off the sleep.
Shake off the sleep. I like that. It's like shaking off a dusty blanket.
Some people like to go for a brisk walk. Do you know what brisk means?
Does it mean fast?
Yes, a brisk walk is a quick, energetic walk. It's not a slow stroll. It gets your heart rate up.
So I could say, I'm going for a brisk walk to clear my head.
Perfect. Clear my head is a wonderful idiom. It means to get rid of confusing or stressful thoughts so you can think clearly.
I definitely need to clear my head most mornings. Sometimes I feel like there is a fog in my brain.
We call that brain fog, Alex, and movement is the best way to clear it.
Okay, I am feeling stretched, I am hydrated, and my head is clear. Now I'm hungry. Is it time for scenario number 5?
It sure is. Scenario 5, the power breakfast.
Now, I usually just grab a sugary pastry on my way out the door. Is that a power breakfast?
Not exactly, Alex. We call that junk food or empty calories. A power breakfast is something nutritious that gives you sustained energy.
Sustained energy, so it lasts for a long time. It doesn't just give me a sugar crash later.
Exactly. A sugar crash is when you feel very tired suddenly after eating too much sugar. To avoid that, you want protein and fiber.
Like eggs or oatmeal.
Yes, those are great options. We use the verb to fuel up. Like a car needs fuel, your body needs a healthy breakfast.
I need to fuel up for a busy day ahead. I like the sound of that. It makes me feel like a high-performance machine.
You are a high-performance machine, Alex. But even machines need a plan. That leads us to scenario number 6, reviewing your goals.
Scenario 6, planning and goal setting. This is where we get organized, right?
Precisely. Instead of just drifting through your day, you should set your intentions.
Set your intentions. That sounds very purposeful. How do I do that?
Many people like to journal. That means writing down your thoughts or your to-do list for the day.
I love making lists. It feels so good to cross things off a list.
It really does. But the key is to prioritize.
Prioritize means to decide which tasks are the most important, right?
Correct. You pick your top 3. These are the 3 things you must accomplish today.
So I could say, I am prioritizing my English study today.
That is a great goal, Alex. And if you write it down, you are much more likely to do it. We call this being intentional with your time.
Being intentional. I am not going to waste my time. I am going to be the boss of my day.
That's the spirit. Now we have one final scenario. Scenario number 7, the tidy up.
The tidy up? Sarah, I thought we were talking about habits, not chores.
But Alex, a cluttered space leads to a cluttered mind.
Cluttered, that means messy or full of too many things.
Exactly. If your desk is covered in papers and your kitchen is full of dirty dishes, it creates mental stress.
I agree. I feel much more relaxed when things are neat and tidy.
So, a great morning habit is a 5-minute tidy. Just a quick sweep of the room, making your bed, or putting away the breakfast dishes.
Making the bed. My mom always told me to do that.
Your mom was right. There is a famous saying that if you want to change the world, start by making your bed. It is your first accomplishment of the day.
It sets a positive tone for everything else.
Sets a positive tone. What a beautiful phrase, Alex. It means to establish a good mood or a good standard for what follows.
We have had such a blast talking about morning habits today. Before we go, here's our question of the day. What is one morning habit you want to start doing tomorrow?
Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one. Thank you all for being part of our community.
Until next time, keep practicing, keep growing, and keep shining.
Goodbye, everyone. See you in the next video.
Bye-bye. Stay awesome.